Welcome back to another exciting edition of Rake Your Position, where four lifelong friends are living out the dream from the comfort of their chairs. And I am Aaron, the host.
I'm Joe, the groundskeeper. Domo arigato, Misto Yamamoto.
That's not his name.
Yeah, it's not.
I didn't know his
Also-
name was Dory.
Also,
It's kind of weird.
Joe hit us with the
Domo.
keepa and not keeper. Keepa. I don't know if you guys picked up on that.
Like a good neighbor.
Neighbor. I'm Jay Lee the Rover.
I'm Corey the Statman. Welcome.
Nice to meet you guys.
Hey. For the first time.
Yeah.
It feels like I've known you guys for
Feels like the first time.
Feels like the first time.
okay.
Feels like the very first time. All right, guys.
Wrong
So
melody.
we have done our AL and NL prediction shows the last few weeks. So today we wrap up our predictions with award season. We're going to tell you exactly who's going to win the top 3 awards. And then we're going to add a little fun conversation to close it, breakout stars for the 2024 season. So that's where we're headed tonight. But before we jump into that, I just want to plug our fantasy baseball draft one more time. Like we said, we got that special partnership with ESPN. They're giving us access to their app for free. And so we are going to have the opportunity to do a fantasy baseball Rake Your Position league this summer.
Hey,
We
Aaron.
have,
I was going to give everybody the countdown. I got it pulled up on my phone here. 5 days, 22 hours, 52 minutes, and 31 seconds, and 30 seconds, and 29
as
seconds.
of this recording. So by the time this drops,
Yeah, that's true.
you'll
I
have
think
less.
that
Probably more
that's
like-
the wrong time zone since we're talking about that.
I put
because
the
it's-
draft on the wrong time.
Yeah, I think it's Eastern time zone is what it's 8:15.
We'll fix
Eastern.
that. We'll get
Sure. So
on
it's
that.
the countdown we just went through is wrong, but
We're
And 10
very,
seconds,
also
and 9
very-
and 8 seconds,
very
7.
professional around here. So we are going to do it next Wednesday at 8:15. I think so. I picked. Did I pick 8:30. I don't remember.
Eastern time. Yes.
That's not
Yes,
random.
it will
8:15.
be. It'll be next Wednesday after 8 p.m. And if you're able, we're going to invite you to join us on the Zoom. So we'll send out the link, and it's just going to be mad chaos in here. I set it to 90-second draft, so we have time
Oh
to
my
mouth each other.
gosh.
Uh,
We are going to be there for hours.
But don't take the 90 seconds if you don't have to. But I
Joe.
want to have
Well,
time to
one
mouth.
person is absolutely going to.
Joe's going to draft as long as
Yeah, why do you
everybody
think I
else
get first so often in these fantasy leagues?
I don't know that you've
Oh,
ever
yeah,
gotten
let's go
first.
back and check them stats.
I've never seen that happen.
Well, Jared quits before May's over, so he doesn't know who wins.
That's true. I'm out. But I did just join, and I'm not changing my team name for the whole year. You guys will be facing Jared's scary team, is what they gave me. So that's
They
what
don't
I'm
even
on
give
this
you the
year.
alliteration.
Nope.
Oh man, what would be the J? Jared's Jive team. That'd be sweet.
Jared's judgy team.
Judges. I love
You
it.
have to.
All right, so if you want to join, we have a few spots left. First come, first serve. So hit one of us up as soon as you hear this podcast. And if we've got room, we'll add you in there. We're going to have a 12-team league, and so it's filling up fast. But with that, we're going to jump right into the predictions. We're going
Hey,
to
Aaron,
Yeah.
real quick.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I have had a couple people ask, and I think I already asked, but I can't remember what you said. As far as draft order, is that going to be set per ESPN?
It gets randomized when the draft opens. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Per
I mean, I think
ESPN,
there's a way
yes.
to preset it.
Yeah, we're going to have I thought about this for next year when we have more time. We need to do like a draft combine. Like pitch, catch, throw, hit, and whoever wins gets first pick.
Whoever has no injuries gets
Yeah.
first pick.
That'd
Oh,
be
that'd
We
be
fun.
can
sweet.
actually throw a strike. Gets first
We know
pick.
Aaron's not first.
Wow.
You
Dang.
can't throw.
I can throw once.
Okay.
I
well,
ain't as good as I once was.
That's true.
R.I.P.
I can hit the catcher bit still. Accuracy comes into that. Some. All right, so we're jumping into the American League first.
Aaron, wait. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Wait. I'm going to rip myself now. All right, so American League Rookie of the Year is where we're going to start, and our groundskeeper with his vast prospect knowledge is going to start us
If
off.
there's anything I know, it's American League players with very little service time. So I was glad I got to go first on this.
I think that's what you went to school
Um,
for.
It was a
American League
minor.
history.
It was a minor. Yeah, so due to all my extensive research, thanks, internet, I am going with a Texas Ranger.
Okay. Good choices there.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for somebody to steal my thunder like you always do. No.
Damn, you're first.
I have
Interrupt
Evan
me 3
Carter
times
selected.
already.
Did you hear the name I said?
I heard
Evan
it.
Carter.
Uh, he gets on base. So I like guys that aren't a 20 walk, 180K type of player, and he seems like he at least has some plate discipline. Super young, 20 years old. Crazy, just couple years younger than me. But I don't know if he's projected to start in the majors. That I think will be some of these guys' biggest hindrance is how many. There's some Uber prospects coming, but how long are they gonna be in AAA? So we'll see. That's my
Yes,
pick, Evan Carter. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron, you are next anyway. So go ahead.
Do you know who batted 4th for the Rangers in the playoffs last year?
Playoffs.
Evan Carter.
Every
So
game.
yeah, he'll be up opening day. He started down the stretch and played through playoffs for him.
There you
Good
go.
pick. I
Even
like
better.
it. He barely has rookie status, and so that's a nice pick. I like it. But I am going with the other Ranger outfielder who's got more bat and is having a great spring. I'm going Wyatt Langford. He'll most likely be the DH, probably taking Mitch Garver's spot, but he can play some outfield as well. But with Garcia and Carter in the corners, I'm guessing Langford will get a lot of the DH at bat. So he'll just get a rake, and he's all bat, college bat. Got drafted last year. He's ready to go.
Aaron, we're back. We're back on the same page. We had a rough outing
We had a
last
rough
week,
NL.
I liked it better when you guys were enemies.
but we're back.
I think
this
things
is-
could
Give it
change
5
by
minutes,
the-
Jared.
Yeah,
Give it 5 minutes.
things could change relatively quick.
This is probably the only pick we're going to be the same on, but we're back because I got Wyatt Langford as well. He is tearing up the spring as well. It's seeming like he can hit major league pitching pretty well. So I'm feeling pretty good about Mr. Langford. He's hit everywhere he's ever been. Just drafted last year. So yeah, so far we've got 3 Texas Rangers. Jared, do you have a Ranger that you'd like to add to this list?
Yeah, not a chance.
Walker.
You
I
guys
didn't
knew
think
that,
so.
obviously, though. I don't want to say I think I've talked about him the most on this pod, but the hype's there. I don't think I can't not pick this guy, so I'm picking Mr. Holiday over there in Baltimore. Don't know if he'll get the call up right away, but I mean, the spring training games I've watched and looked at his stats, seems like the dude can already hit pretty well.
Mhm.
So I think he makes their team better. So hopefully he gets on the MLB roster and can get the enough at bats in to qualify for this. So I think it'll be a tough one. I mean, those two that you guys had mentioned in Texas, Evan Carter obviously can prove that he can already play in the most epic stage. But I don't know. I think it'll be a close battle. So, but I'm gonna pick Mr. Holiday.
Says that does Matt have rookie status somehow?
Yeah, he's coming back. Everything else is just thrown out the window, and he's coming
Yeah.
back.
Maybe
Coming
was he
back
caught
as a lefty.
juicing, so they erased his permanent
Mhm.
record, and he's coming back as a rookie. Okay,
Uh-huh.
Matt Holiday, guys, you heard it here
At
first.
what numbers do they lose eligibility? Is that months at bats? What?
It's a
130
month.
plate appearances,
that was
or so many days on the roster. I'm stalling for you, Corey, while you look it up.
130 at bats or 50 innings pitched.
Okay.
Nice.
Which I think wasn't Carter at like 120 at bats, something like
Or
that.
45 total days on the
No,
roster.
62.
6-2
It's
at bats.
interesting that it's
Yeah.
at bats and not plate appearances. So if somebody comes up and just walks 500
You play
times,
44 days and walk every at bat. You're
Yeah.
good. Just in case. What do you say? 50 innings? Is that what you said?
Yeah, 150 or 130 at bats, 50 innings, or 45 total days, active days on the major league roster.
Yeah, man, we talk about it all the time, but there's so many rookies that are going to potentially impact the Orioles this year. It's crazy.
If I was to pick an Oriole, I probably would have went with Heston Kjerstad. I think he was just second even on my list of total
Yeah.
rookie of the year people. Former number 2 overall pick, outfielder, switch hitter, hits well.
Kobe
Um,
Mayo, I think, is going to be the best one. He just has every place to play. It's just
Yep.
crazy. So I like it. Jackson Holiday's nice. I think Langford probably out hit Holiday, but Holiday will be more important to his team, probably.
And
Playing
then
up the
Carter will
middle.
win it.
He might.
Yeah,
Very
no.
well could. I like it. All right, so we're going to the AL Cy Young. Oh, that's me. I get to lead the AL Cy Young pick. Sticking with the Birds. I love what this guy is saying. Baltimore finally went out and added to the rotation, so I'm going with the new trade acquisition, Corbin Burns. He's going to be in the middle of the playoff race. They're going to be counting on him to do well to anchor that team. And I don't know if you guys saw his interviews. He's like, I can't wait for free agency. So he's really, really wanting to establish a huge platform season this year. I think he's ready to go. So I'm with Corbin Burns for Baltimore. Expect Baltimore to be good. They need him.
Not Corbin Burns for me. I got Tariq Skubal out of Detroit. He looks silly. If he can, I put a there was something that was said prior to the podcast started recording, and I already put it down as my kind of choice for the title, and it's I don't know if he's going to stay healthy. Shut up. And I think that that's going to apply to a lot of these people. I think if Tariq Skubal can stay healthy, he has got just kind of a silly looking StatCast page. And he has the potential, I think, to be a very, very good pitcher as long as he can stay healthy. He pitched 15 games last year, 21 the year before that, 31 in 2021.
And dealt with multiple arm injuries.
He's back this year. He had a .9 whip, so he's your favorite pitcher. He's left-handed. I don't think he's particularly tall. He's only 6'3", so
my next guy, my guy's even better.
Okay, well,
All right.
let's kick it to Jared first before we hear about your golden boy. But I got Tariq Skubal.
I threw my hands up because I had Burns written down, but I also had another name attached just in case you happen to pick him, just to keep this show entertaining and exciting.
You are the diversity of the show.
Thank you. Wow. Comes from Corey. That felt weird. That felt weird.
No, I was just saying, like you're the one who's always got the wacky opinions.
Like Corey,
that doesn't mean anything else.
I expect it from our other 2 co-hosts on here, but
I didn't mean anything else beside that. Besides just you have the
we're either getting canceled or we're getting more views after that comment. But anyway, I'm gonna go back-to-back Cy Youngs here. I'm gonna go Cole. I'm gonna go Garrett Cole. I think the dude obviously is just amazing, and something about him you want in a pitcher. Just seems always angry, I guess is one of the things that I'll say about him. And I think that Yankees team's got something to prove, so I think he's got a little bit more extra gas in the tank to go back to back and help his team hopefully get to the World Series.
His StatCast page is also pretty good.
His what?
His StatCast page.
Jay Lee, 100 at bats against Garrett Cole. How many times do you get on base?
0.
He might hit you once.
I was thinking
he won't get to base. He'll go to the hospital. He won't be on base. But
I was thinking, how many foul tips do you have was going to be the question.
I don't think he's hitting me. I'm probably not even touching any pitch that he's throwing. Because you guys know me. I've said it, 3 swings and at bat. That's all I'm doing. And he knows that. So he's going to throw him anywhere but the zone.
300
Well,
pitches,
he
though.
could throw it in the zone too.
Oh, and he will. Yeah, it's going to go right by me. 100%.
All right, Joe.
Wait for this tall lefty. Who
Yeah,
we got?
what
Well,
magic you got here?
he has a left side of his body. He doesn't use it to pitch.
That's good.
Not as much as he uses the right side of his body anyway. He is 6'4". He plays. I always have to do
Small forward.
never eat sour watermelon to figure out where these teams play at. He plays on the West Coast. He's our he plays for our dark horse team. I think we all want to see, not the Angels, same division. So the Seattle Mariner, oh, they got a couple that could win it. Yeah, we know they have good pitching. This guy led the league in fewest walks. So Corey, that's why I said earlier that sorry, my guy's a little better.
Oh,
Wrong guy.
yeah.
I mean, he's not.
Surprised you know who this guy is.
Why is that?
Did you just sort the list by walks and pick the top name? That's how you learned of this guy?
No, because when we get to my rookie of the year, you're gonna be like, "Are you insane?" But drum roll, everybody. Say the name already, Joseph. Gee whiz. George Kirby, AL Cy Young. Yeah, I don't know. He looked all right, so I said, well, I'd probably be some people pick Burns, probably be some people pick Cole. Let me go somebody different here. So
If
that's
you
why.
guys thought that took too long, just wait for the draft.
Well, he's capped at 90 seconds per pick.
Yeah.
So
He'll use
It's
them.
true.
And I'll be hearing those beeps on every pick. Let me guarantee you.
Hey, you know he's going to be the 12th pick because he always somehow ends up 12th. So he'll get 3
Yeah,
straight minutes of
somehow.
us waiting. That snake.
Kirby's good. I was looking at all three of Luis Castillo, George Kirby, and Logan Gilbert, like thinking, how do I justify picking one of these guys? Because I think all of them had the potential to do really good. And then I picked Tariq Skubal. So, but I like that pick.
Nice.
On to the AL MVP, which is me. Here, again, I would like to reiterate, I don't know if he's going to stay healthy. Shut up. I'm taking the center fielder for the Minnesota Twins, Byron Buxton. He says he's feeling good. He puts up pretty silly numbers when he is actually playing and feeling good. I don't know if he's going to stay healthy. Shut up, Byron Buxton.
I would like to say that I'm feeling pretty good, and I took a 2-hour nap today, so I'm not sure if the mind meets the body.
What about where soul meets body?
Hey, he's had a
Did he-
lot of hype for a lot of years. I hope he stays healthy. We'll
He's
see.
done. He does well.
What was that?
He does.
he does.
He did and does do well.
He's done things.
My OTP Reds appreciate him.
Yeah. I think that's all you got to say about it. I don't feel that bad about this pick.
All right, moving on.
It's just a big if he stays healthy, right?
That's my whole list. Is everybody.
Stay healthy.
People made
All
a
right,
glass.
for me, I'm keeping it on the East Coast. And he's got some new threads this year.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
Some would say pinstripes.
Yeah.
And I think he's hitting in front of one of the best hitters in Aaron Judge. So I'm gonna pick Mr. Juan Shuffle Soto. I think he's gonna just demolish that ballpark, especially with that short porch. And again, having Judge right behind him, I think he's gonna see a lot of pitches and hit a lot of balls to become the MVP. So I think this was probably my easiest pick that I had written down. So Juan Soto, lock it in.
And speaking of, I don't think it's over. I don't think this comments over PG rated. So speaking of balls,
Uh-oh.
with Juan Soto, my camera is only about chest up. But with speaking of Juan Soto, I'll just go ahead and say he's also my AL pick. No more comments on that. But he's also in a free agent year. I mean, if that dude puts up a monster season, he's going to get a $400 billion deferred contract from probably the Yankees or somebody. He's looking to maybe be the highest paid player ever, position player anyway. Well, I guess Shohei's both. So yeah, pending free agent, all the talent in the world, probably behind or in front of Judge. Michael Jackson, baby. Go ahead.
So you sorted this list also by walks and picked the top guy.
Joe's a big walk guy.
He
Yeah.
does walk. You got to buy runs. Isn't that what Moneyball is all about?
Yeah, it worked out for Oakland as well. So Jared, I thought we were going to agree on this going off of your hat. But I'm going out to Seattle. I'm going with a guy that I think could do 40-40 and anchor that team, even though I don't have this team making the playoffs. If they do, it's going to be because of him. So yeah, I'm going to go J-Rod. I think it's the year that he finally puts it all together. We've seen flashes of it, but it seems like a bad month here or a little injury here knocks him out for putting the whole season together. So I'm ready for it.
Yeah, how many hits did he have he had like 17 hits in 4 games or something like that?
Yeah, when he's healthy, man, he can go crazy.
Yeah.
They can do it all.
Kind
in
of
4 games. Silly.
He's kind of like Allen Iverson. Like he'll win you some games, and then he'll just go
Here we
stretches
go.
where he's just.
I'm
2
not
of
doing
40
this
from
on the
field.
podcast. We'll have any Allen Iverson conversation off the podcast. I'm not doing it here. Do not get me started.
I love it. So we don't have this down. Are we going to do an AL dark horse and an NL dark horse?
I just have one total, but
I had one total.
if you want to mention somebody, like I'm not going to stop
Yeah,
you
if you
from
want to mention
talking.
your guy, go ahead.
No, I
I'll
didn't
tell you-
have. I have
I'll
an
tell you how
interesting
wrong you are.
rookie. I had an interesting rookie, but yeah, that's all right. We can go move
You
on.
just say his name.
I was looking for a rookie outside of the norm, Baltimore guys or the Texas guys. So there's actually a pitcher out in Oakland who honestly I know him because of OOTP, but they got a young starter out there named Joe Boyle. He had a 3. Well, I got it right here. He'll be in the rotation. There's no pressure. He has a 3.29 ERA in the minors across 3 seasons. And he's got a 1.60 ERA right now in spring training. He throws hard. He strikes people out like crazy. So he was kind of like my dark horse for spring training for rookie of the year.
What's that BB per 9? That's all I need to hear.
Right now he's got a 0.7 whip in spring training.
No, I don't. Spring training. I would have a 0.9 whip in spring training. What's it across his minor league stats?
Last year in 3 starts it was 0.8.
3 star.
I'm pulling
What's
up
this
his
guy's
minor
name?
leagues. Joe Boyle. I'm pulling up his minor leagues.
Boyle.
He
Is this
had
related to the Boyle off of
Yeah,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
the
in
cousin.
double A and triple A last year. He put up 117 innings. Whip was 1.5, so you love him. 93 walks, 168 strikeouts.
Aaron, I just looked him up. This is the worst pitcher I've ever seen.
Dude, he's gonna strike
7
people
walks
out.
per 9.
Yeah.
Also, Aaron,
That dude will never make a major league
he's
team.
for Oakland.
Anyway.
They're trying to get the team out of Oakland. They're not going to give any awards there.
Right, but he's going to get a pitch the whole year. So I thought, well, he's going to get 32 starts when a lot of rookies don't. So,
I think I could
No
pitch
way.
the whole year in
True.
Oakland.
like their
Dude
best
will be-
starter last year.
Dude will
Hey,
be
we're
at
going
100
there.
pitches
We're going there. I'm going
second
to try
inning.
out
Right.
for Oakland, I think.
Dude, you might as well, man.
I'll go up against Jim Boyle. See
If
who
you
can do
look
better.
at Oakland's offense, like it's not horrible. Like they're in a crazy division. They're going to
Oh.
be maybe fine.
Don't start, Aaron. Don't give them any hope, man.
No, their
Yeah,
pitching's
they're-
atrocious. Their pitching's
I mean,
atrocious.
their offense is also not good.
They got a lot of young guys. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, they have a lot of bad young guys. They're not the bad. They are significantly better than I am at baseball.
Yes.
By like,
Yes,
orders
they
of
are.
magnitude better than I am at baseball. But compared to the rest of the players in the Major League Baseball Association of America, uh, they're not that good.
They'll be a last place team by a long shot.
Except for
Okay.
Jim Boyle.
That's
But
Jim Boyle's
they got some fun
gonna be 20
offensive. They got some fun young guys on offense that I think are going to surprise people. Their
Jim Boyle's
rotation's
going to be
pretty
21-6 this year with a 1.2 ERA.
It saves
You know,
Joe,
his
but
his
okay.
whip's going to be higher than his ERA somehow. 2 runners on base,
Well,
but they
I'm
never
glad
score.
I shared that name. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. You guys didn't even know who he was until 2 minutes ago.
I think you could have been, if it would have been anybody else but from Oakland, we would have been on board.
Somehow
Then you had
Jared-
Joe look. Then you had Joe
Okay.
look up his stats, and that's never a good thing.
Wowzers.
Jared, who's
Yes.
your NL Rookie of the Year?
NL Rookie of the Year. Well, it's already been said that he's starting in the minors, but I don't think it'll take him very long to come up. So
What a horrible
Um,
pick. Jeez, how could you do this? La, la, la.
He
'Cause
only
he's
walks
not-
19 people per 2 innings.
because he's not from Oakland, that's why. I'm probably gonna butcher his last name, but it's Paul Skeens.
Skeens.
Skeens. Just watching him hitting like 102 on that mitt and the sound that it was making, that's kind of scary. And I think he's going to be Pittsburgh ace in the matter of like 2 weeks. Like this dude is terrifying. So he'll probably
him to the
dominate the
playoffs.
Cardinals. Yeah, dominate the Cardinals, take him to the playoffs, and blow out his UCL. So anyway, that's my pick. Paul Skeens.
Watching him at LSU, it just kind of seemed like he could just go straight to a Major League Baseball team and not have a problem. So
Yep.
Yeah, well, since I'm up next here on this, I'll go ahead and scold. And of course, I have no evidence to back this up, but you all thinking these guys getting drafted last year and then are going to come this year to the MLB and put up numbers?
have you
just
seen
make
Paul
me-
Skeens pitch?
Just make me laugh inside.
Did
my
you
head.
ever have you ever watched Paul Skeens throw a pitch?
Have I ever looked at the history of baseball and seen very many players come straight out of college into the major leagues and be really, really good?
You
I'd say the game is changing.
you've not answered my question, and yes, I would agree, Jared. The game is changing. Have you ever seen Paul Skeens throw a pitch?
Yes, I've seen some 5-second clips. I'm assuming you've
Okay.
watched his entire catalog of all games, all innings, all pitches.
No, but I did watch him in the College World Series last year while he was playing and watched full games.
Well, is it possible? Of course it's possible, but we should probably be a little more realistic here and realize when somebody comes out of college, they don't jump
So
straight to the
before I
MLB.
do want to interrupt one more time.
I hope you pick
Paul
someone that came
Skeens.
right out of college.
The greatest greatest strikeout pitcher.
And then we
in
have
the
to
history
pull
of
the
baseball, did it?
101 out of 150 years and say, "Oh, well, look, you're wrong. I'm right." Go ahead.
So you picked Evan Carter for your AL Rookie of the Year, who's 20 years old. And I think
How long
Wyatt
how long
Langford
has he
is-
been a professional baseball player?
That's not what I'm talking. You would rather have a 20-year-old who was drafted out of
Who's
high
a-
school
who's
and has
been a
been a
pro?
professional baseball player for 2 years, as opposed to a 22-year-old who played 4 years in college.
College, where 90% of those players aren't pros, but the guy who's played against pros has played
Sure,
against 100% of pros. 100 minus 90 is 10.
Yeah, they're playing at 100% of
That's
pros,
good.
and like some of them are.
That's good math, man.
Some of
Scott
them are
Steiner
probably
on the
about as
pod.
good as you and I.
Hey, I hope Paul
Yeah.
Skeens does
Don't
well
say it.
No, you
Okay.
don't.
And-
No, you don't.
and then signs somewhere else, just like Garrett Cole did. Oh, I'm a Pittsburgh ace. Okay, you were decent, and then you went to the Yankees. That's what's going to happen with Paul Skyness.
Skynet?
Okay, what's your pick?
Well, who is my pick? I don't even know. Oh, this
He's
is
going to
good.
pick some 30-year-old guy from another league.
No, I think I know who he's going to pick.
Oh
This
no, I know I threw out Nomo Arigato Misto Yamamoto, but I did not pick that dude. I picked another pitcher though.
Paul
And
Skeens.
Oh wait, this is what I see. I wrote this down now. So
oh man, I gotta eat some words here. Eat some crow. False. Again, I kind of went with I didn't want to take the pick that is popular. I mean, that's just not who I am. Shohei Ohtani. So I'm going with, and this hurts me a little bit because he had his walks per nine have not been the best in the minors, but he did get some starts last year.
Oh man, I hope it's the same as Joe Boyle. Go ahead. What's the guy's name?
Oh, it's not that I've never literally listeners, I've never seen somebody with worse numbers than Joe Boyle. And I scour the internet.
Gosh, can we leave Joe Boyle alone? He might have been our first person on the pod.
He already plays for Oakland. Yeah,
I'll
just
kick
like-
Joe. You come on. I'll kick this Joe off. We'll allow one Joe on the pod at a time.
So this guy pitches for the San Francisco Giants.
Okay.
He did not get to 50 innings, but he has big K numbers, way too high walk numbers. But in limited appearances last year, he had a pretty good first taste. His name is Kyle Harrison. He's a 6'2" lefty.
Okay.
So
How you
that's
doing?
my rookie of the year. That's plausible, not probable. But
Aaron, do you
plausible.
have any stats you'd like to bring up?
Yeah.
I think last week in the NL prediction show, Joe said, lol, they got Logan Webb and nobody else in their rotation. And then here he is a week later.
I mean,
There's probably an
rookie,
Omega lull even.
Yeah, it probably
rookie,
was.
I mean,
Omega.
rookie of the year doesn't really mean anything. It just means you're the best rookie. It doesn't mean you're like amazing.
Means they're pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah. I never heard of this guy until earlier today when I started researching this. So
We put a lot of time and effort into this, guys.
I'll try to pull up his stats. I can't get it to work. My website.
Okay.
I think you would like his stats.
No, yeah, he's good. They've been talking about him for a few years. He's been top prospect list for a while. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
Glad you found him.
I heard about him back in 2020. He's been on my radar for quite a while.
Cooney texted you about him last week. We were talking about Snow. He said they've got two pitchers and nobody else. This is the second pitcher they were talking about. My rookie of the year. I was trying to find somebody that I think will be up for a lot of the season. So I'm going out to Washington,
Oh my gosh.
picking an outfielder, but
Come on.
not Dylan Cruz. I'm going
Okay.
James Wood. I think
Really?
James Wood will be up before Dylan. He had success in Double-A that Dylan Cruz has not had yet, and he's having a monstrous start to spring training. And they got Lane Thomas in the outfield, so as soon as he's ready, they'll call him up. There's nobody blocking him in Washington. He looks a lot like Josh Bell. I don't know if you've seen this guy. He's
Can he play the outfield?
Yeah, he's an outfielder.
No, I mean, but like, is he gonna play the outfield?
Yeah, I would think so. I think he'd
Yeah, is
be
he
in
like
left.
can he play the outfield or is he like a Matt Adams outfielder?
Yeah.
He's tall and athletic. They say he could play the outfield. But
Okay.
his swing looks like Josh Bell. It's an ugly left-handed swing. I don't understand how him and Josh Bell hit the ball, but he does. 18 homers in Double-A last year.
I've watched him play some outfield. He's been on my radar for 3 or 4 years. So
Yeah, I bet he has.
I mean, he's average. He's not below average in the field. I mean,
So I think he'll be up early with Washington, get a lot of chances to hit a lot of homers. I don't think the NL Rookie of the Year class is going to be that deep this year. So go with the guy that's going to get the most opportunities.
And I'll take the other guy in Washington and Dylan Cruz. Again, a guy just drafted last year, also out of LSU, went number 2 overall.
I almost picked him too.
He is a center fielder. And I am confident that he could play the outfield. I wasn't sure if James Wood had the defensive ability. So I think it's more of a bat to ball guy. I think he has probably 15, 20 home run power, but he looked like he could do it all. I mean, whenever you're, I think, in the debate of whether or not you're going 1-1 when Paul Skeens is the other guy, that I think that shows that you're pretty good just because Paul Skeens is super good. I know, Joe, Dylan Cruz has also been on your radar for a while. I just kind of wanted to kick it over to you, see if you might have anything you want to add on Dylan Cruz.
yeah. Again, the guy's pitching against people who are now not even playing in baseball. So I mean,
Sure, he's a center fielder.
okay. Well, he was hitting against pitchers who are now trying to get an entry level accountant job at the local tax man accounting place.
In the College World Series, he was facing Hurston Waldrep, which is knock on the door.
Every at bat, every game.
And
Every
then
game, yeah.
Paul Skeens was thrown against Wyatt
What did he-
Langford. So
And how do you feel about Babe Ruth's home run record now that you brought up the accountant topic?
Oh, jeez.
literal
already-
accountants.
I've already won that with the fact that Babe Ruth didn't have antibiotics. So next.
You just ate moldy bread and hope for the best.
It's good strategy. You
Yeah.
can type Dylan Cruz in there. You want me to do it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I didn't know anybody else was actually looking at the
Yeah, I got to pull up, man. It's a nice spreadsheet.
spreadsheet.
Kudos to the spreadsheet, man. You got different sizes, different fonts, nice columns, nice rows.
That's, you know what? That's the greatest compliment you could ever give somebody on a spreadsheet.
That's right.
Nice columns, nice rows.
Nice rows.
Um,
Hey, we're going to NL Cy Young. I'm ready for Joe, man. Joe's dropping knowledge bombs left and right today.
let's see. Walks per nine, sort by least.
That's
All right.
Google, AskJeeves.com.
Ooh, asked you. That's a deep cut. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, I am up first?
Kyle Hendrick. That's who it's going to be.
Oh, my bad. No, I went to asksuperbeast.com. Cooney, I think you'll like this. I have Spencer Strider winning the NL Cy Young. Apparently, I guess maybe a couple episodes ago, I said Tyler Glasnow would, which it's possible. I mean, maybe Paul Skeens will. He's looking like a super beast.
Get
Those
out of
102.
here. You just said we could literally run the tape back a few moments ago and be like, just because you win the rookie of the year doesn't mean you're going to be a top player. Paul Skeens ain't going to win no Cy Young. We know that.
But he could.
Move-
Dwight Gooden.
move on.
Dwight
Did he
Gooden
know
did.
it? He knows good when Jared's getting back at Joe.
Move on. He's bringing up Allen Iverson, talking about Paul Skeens winning the Cy Young. You're being crazy today, man.
Dwight Gooden. So I mean, Strider's got crazy K numbers. His ERA was probably inflated last year due to whatever reason. So
Yeah,
I mean, that's
new
kind of
reasons, you know.
I mean,
Probably
I
gave up
guess his
runs.
ERA was inflated because he gave up runs. Gave up homers.
Wait, what is 100
Um,
minus 90 again?
I don't know. What am I, a genius?
I like to think you are. Oh,
No, I don't know any players or any stats. So where was I going with this? Yeah, I think
I don't
he's
know,
as good
man.
as pick as any. He's probably the favorite, if not favorite, one of the top two favorites. So Spencer, don't get hurt. Little bitty man.
Yeah, that's the theme of this show.
Big legs.
This episode.
Short
I'm
career.
going Spencer Strider as well. He was probably a top 5 guy last year, and out of those top 5, it's probably like he could have done more where the other 4 guys maxed out their potential. And he's also learned a curveball this year, which is crazy. He is the other day, all of his strikeouts in the spring training game were against curveballs. Now, as people know he has it, will he surprise people with it? I don't know. But if he can even throw a third pitch, because he pretty much did it all with fastball slider last year and it didn't matter. So if he can add any type of off speed stuff, curveball changeup, it's going to be awesome. So, yeah, Spencer Strider.
I'm staying in the division. I am going with a 6'7" left-handed pitcher out of Miami, AJ Puck.
No, you're not.
And no, I absolutely am. He's going to start this year for the Marlins. And if you look at this guy's Statcast page,
You're not picking Puck.
I am absolutely picking AJ Puck.
Speaking of stay healthy.
I told you that's
Oh
my
my
list.
gosh.
who do you owe money to?
The
AJ
Marlins
Puck?
side. Yeah. The
Dude's
dude's
filthy for 5 days a month.
so he's relieved the past 2 seasons, and he has pitched in 60 games the past 2 seasons. What are you doing?
Those are all the
That's your-
spots he's had surgery
that
in the
is your
last
left
3
arm.
years. Yes.
He has stayed healthy the past 2 years as a reliever.
Relieving,
They're stretching
yeah.
him out as a okay. Well, they're stretching him out as a starter. He's got a 1.18 WHIP. He has got some of the best expected stats on Baseball Savant. I think if he stays healthy and 6th in that rotation, he has a chance to win the Cy Young, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm sorry, I'm being more exciting, guys, than you are, picking the guy who probably will win it, but it's not any fun to keep talking about the same dude.
True.
That's kudos to you for picking Puck.
I'm just
I didn't know he was starting, but I mean,
I'm pausing, Corey, in case you want to go back and make a different pick before I move
yeah,
on.
we'll cut right there. So now I know to go back from there.
Kyle Hendricks.
You can change
Okay, no.
Buxton too while you're at it.
You should keep Puck. Never mind. All right, I'm gonna bring it back to reality, bring it back to earth, and we're going back to Atlanta and picking Spencer Strider. There's no way this
Oh
dude
my
doesn't win the
gosh.
award.
Yeah.
What's his nickname? Was it Quadzilla or something?
Yeah,
Well,
Quadzilla.
we know he's not going to win it because 3 of us picked it. So
That's
we've
true.
just cursed him
Hey,
for.
two of us picked Acuna last year. What
Yeah,
happened?
when Jared and I
Yeah.
agree, good things happen.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
happen
Joe
very
picked
often.
him. Guys, Joe picked him.
You don't count.
More fuel
Joe
to fire.
Joe probably picked.
I
Luis
never
Angel,
even
didn't
heard
know.
of Spencer Strider until I looked up stats today and saw his case per nine was crazy.
No, but that dude's electric. Great mustache too. I would just want to always throw that in there.
Wonderful.
All right. Guys
Oh,
are
I
boring.
get MVP.
You do get
Agent
MVP. Let's just move on. It's
AJ
gonna be
Puck.
awesome whenever he
Oh,
wins
they're
it.
brave. Wow.
Dude, I hope
Figure it out.
he does, man.
The one thing about Acuna that I almost didn't pick him was the way that Trout got treated. Of like, you do the same thing every year, people stop voting for you. So like, even if he goes 300 and 40, people are like, well, you didn't do 330 and 40-70, so you're not getting the vote. But I mean, Acuna's the best ball player on the planet offensively. So Acuna.
It's a good pick. I'm waiting for my page to refresh if you want to talk about Acuna a little bit longer before I get to my guy.
Nah, I don't need to.
Okay. Well, I am going to pick the same guy that I picked last year for MVP, and that is the shortstop for the Philadelphia Phillies, one Mr. Trey Turner. And I'm picking Trey Turner because if you look at his splits from last year, pre-All-Star break, he had a 688 OPS, and post-All-Star break, he had a 902 OPS. If you play shortstop and you have a 902 OPS, I think you're in the running and probably at the top of the list. And I think that there's more in the tank for Trey Turner. I am a Trey Turner truther, and I think I might be a secret Phillies fan. But that might just be because
it's not much of a secret anymore.
I mean, like the Giants, Phillies. I like to cover my bases and have like a favorite team in each division. But maybe it's also just because of a certain person that I have to deal with pretty frequently in my life that I gravitate towards rooting on Phillies and Phillies players. So I'm gonna repeat my pick, Trey Turner. Bring it home. Also, best slider, best
slider
slide
ever.
form.
Yes.
And
Yes.
not best non-pitching slider.
But
That can
just
get confusing.
because you play shortstop does not mean you should get credit for playing shortstop. This is the Derek Jeter argument all over again. I'll see it.
I would disagree.
I would too.
I played shortstop once. Didn't get any MVP votes.
Trey
It's like
Turner should not be playing shortstop major league level.
It's like if you DH. I think if you DH, all your offensive stats should be cut in half, and then you're judged on that. I don't know if that's popular opinion, but that's mine.
So
I'd still take 9 big
shortstop
poppers.
should double their stats. I don't. No, I missed. What?
Who knows what his point is?
I understood it.
All right, good. That's the way I did.
Jared?
Me? Cool.
Yep.
Man, Corey, we were so close to being. I thought we were
I
gonna-
really so here's I did really want to pick probably who you're about to say, but I didn't want to get flack just based on like my seemingly genuine love for this person. So go ahead,
I'll
Jared.
do it because I think I love him just as much as you do. Healthy, gonna lead that team to hopefully a World Series victory. Mr. Bryce Harper. Corey, I wish you had your shirt on right now. That would have
I
made it
know.
even better.
It's a good
Weakest
pick.
MVP season of all time. His
Still
last
got it.
MVP.
Still got the award, and about to add another one to that. So Bryce Harper, lock it in, and
Joe, whoever you pick, it doesn't matter. You're the best pick out of these 3 guys. So thank you.
Well, I wish I could say it was
Does that
a little
include you?
more.
Only 3 people have picked so far.
Out of you three idiots.
Oh, thanks.
Wow, you're so humble.
I mean, mine's pretty obvious. It's not Acuna, so it's the guy who got second last year. I went with Mookie. No particular reason other than he's probably going to have another super solid year, and if anybody doesn't go above and beyond, he'll have a good chance.
He's gonna get that second base bump too on the MVP voting.
While second base is wildly more difficult than any outfield position, it's still second base, and it doesn't take a lot of skill.
Dude, I was just
No.
talking to some high school baseball players the other day that visited my youth group. And one guy's pitcher, first baseman, tall dude, and his buddy's the shortstop and outfielder, center fielder. And he was talking, the first base was talking about how he can never play outfield. Outfield's so much harder. I was like, man, you got to come on my pod. I got this idiot on my pod that says outfield's too easy.
If you can play the infield, you can play the outfield. That's what I've always heard.
That's what I heard too. I've never seen
That's
Joe play the outfield.
1,000% true. Yeah, because they needed somebody actually decent on the infield.
All I'm saying, Joe, is I was in the outfield and I got brought in to play the infield.
All I'm saying is, do you want a scorcher romped on the ground at you, or do you want a fly ball that you can go?
Hey, Joe, junior year when our
Wait,
senior
let me go ahead and sing 7 verses of Amazing Grace while this is up in the air and I get under it. Amazing. And then you catch it, and then you walk in, literally with no skill.
Junior year when our starting second baseman got hurt, who went in to play second? The backup second baseman or the trained outfielder? Who played second?
That's true.
Okay. Yeah.
That's true. I mean, it's possible I could be wrong.
He's just too good at raking the dugout. They couldn't take him out of that position.
That's true. You don't want to make 2 positions weak.
Yeah.
They knew that you were once going to name a baseball podcast later in life, and they had to stick true to that.
That's good. I'm glad.
Jaylee, I can't.
I'm glad Joe sat the bench.
You
Wow.
okay? Combined effort. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Alrighty, so this brings us to our last section, our dark horse breakout candidates.
Mhm.
So give us who you're thinking and what award you think they might sneak into.
Well, guys, if you thought AJ Puck was wild,
Joe Webb, or wait, what's his name? Joe.
yeah, Joe Boyle. I think the third baseman for the Miami Marlins has a chance to be in the MVP conversation this year. One Mr. Jake Berger. He
Jake
again,
off of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
if you look at the StatCast page for Jake Berger, he is 98th percentile in barrels, 91st percentile in expected slugging, 75th percentile in expected batting average, 83rd percentile in expected weighted on base. It's very ex-WOBA.
Yeah, that thing, ex-WOBA.
He can hit a lot. I think having a full year on that team where the offense is significantly improved, he can prove to be a very, very good and effective hitter. And I think he has a chance to put up some offensive numbers that get him in that MVP conversation. So Jake Berger, I'm loving the Marlins. Basically anybody in the NL East that's not the Braves. It's kind of the stance that I take on a day-to-day basis.
That's what it's been so far. You got the rookie of the year out there. You've got the MVP out there. You've got dark horse Cy Young out there.
We know the Central sucks, just like top to bottom. So nobody needs to talk about anybody in the Central.
Except Paul Skeens.
That's true, except Paul Skeens.
Oh, Billy Joe Armstrong, he's a beast for the Cubs.
You know, it's something unpredictable, Joe. But in the end, it's right.
Maybe September or
Maybe.
after it.
Wake me up when it's. That's what the Cardinals say. Wake me up when September ends.
Yeah, I
No
know,
joke.
because they have so much weight on their hands. It gets tired and hold them up for all months of the year.
Yeah. All them rings.
Oh,
Hey, Joe, you're up.
Um,
Oh, no, he's not.
It's
Jared.
Okay.
I think we all maybe I just get confused on what we mean by dark horse. Are we talking about a player that can actually win the award, or are we talking about players who can just
I
be held in the
think Jake
conversation?
Berger can win the award.
Corey's
okay?
serious. He thinks Cy Young and AJ Puck and MVP Jake Berger, Miami Marlins World Series champ.
No, his right. With them winning all these awards, they better be in it.
That's why he's got them placing third.
But the dark horse,
In the playoffs.
I think, was more or less someone who we think could actually win the award and not just be held in a conversation, Corey. And I don't think Mr. Berger is gonna
Well,
win the award. So I'm gonna pick a player
it's a good
who
start.
can win the award. And I'm probably gonna get slack for it, and that's fine. That's what this podcast is all about. Conversation, right? Hopefully he's off the drugs that help him win awards, but I'm going to Tatis Jr. as my dark horse. I know it's not like a whoa crazy pick, but the dude is amazing, and hopefully he stops cheating. So Tatis Jr.
If he is an MVP candidate, then they could make the playoffs like you predicted. So I like that.
Just before you guys give me any more
Nope.
crap about this, I almost had Jake Berger as just my outright MVP choice. So
We're aware.
I love
Makes
Jake
sense.
Berger, but you are still an idiot.
oh, we'll see. Time will tell.
Well, we will see. And then my other dark horse was J-Rod, but you already picked him, so that's why I didn't talk about him. So I think when you made that pick for him MVP, I was like, yeah, that's a good pick.
Jake Berger might be better than both those players. I guess we'll just kind of see how the season plays out.
I guess we'll just see. Hey, I guess we'll see.
And
So
we'll
the
see. We'll
Diamondbacks
see.
win the West too.
Joe?
Oh, am I up?
Yeah, let's see.
Um,
You did this research 5 minutes before the pod started.
Yeah, that's true, and it actually ended up being the incorrect research because I came up with the Belgian Friesian, which is an actual horse breed that is black. So my dark horse, I swung and missed on that one, to use a baseball analogy here. So I guess I'll just throw it over to Aaron to wrap us up because I ain't got nobody. I have an animal.
All right, well, I've got a visual aid. I'm trying
Visual
Joe's
aid.
technique here. Can you
I'd
guys
like
see
to
that?
see a picture of that horse too.
Yeah. Can you guys see that?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
If I get close.
Which one looks better?
Oh, great. Here comes the Andrew Jones should be in the Hall of Fame argument.
No.
Left.
Liar.
You realize I'm going to study this for at least 50 minutes.
All right, if I said both of these guys are the same age, who would you think these two people are? Play the same position.
What's the position?
Let's see if you can guess before I say that.
One's Michael Harris. Probably the right is Michael Harris based on your earlier reaction.
That is correct.
And the other one's Mike Trout.
No.
That's
So we
not
have
the same
another
age.
Brave.
Yep, another Brave. Yeah, so on the right is Michael Harris. On the left is Corbin Carroll. And I think we would all say Corbin Carroll could be an MVP someday soon. And so I was looking at comparisons, and I wanted to put Michael Harris as my MVP, but Acuna's healthy. So Michael Harris as my dark horse MVP. I think he's got the potential to be 30-30 guy. And if he's 30-30 with his amazing defense, his WAR will be close to Acuna if Acuna's 40-40 with his bad defense. Harris has batted ninth all last year pretty much. He's going to be batting second or sixth this year, depending on how they use him in Albies. So he'll get more chance to drive in runs. So his RBI total will be higher. He'll be able to steal because he won't be getting on base in front of Acuna. Like he only had 17 steals last year because Acuna, when he was on base, Acuna was hitting behind him. So there's no point to steal. So I think his RBIs and steals can go up, and he's going to win a Gold Glove. So if all that's true, then I think he's going to be the MVP conversation and could win it. So Michael Harris is my dark horse.
Why is his batting run like so he's basically his expected stats were very good, but his outcome, like the actual outcome he was getting, was not very good.
Oh, he still
last
had
year.
like an 828 OPS or something like that. Yeah, so I don't know why the batting run value is so low when everything else is good. I don't know
How did
how
he
that's
have a
telling.
-6 arm value? Was he kicking the ball back into the infield?
That's
I
Corbin
think
Carroll.
that was Corbin Carroll. You're looking at the wrong one.
Yeah,
The one on
Corbin
the
Carroll
left?
does. Yeah, Corbin Carroll does not have a good arm, but you see, Michael Harris is one of the best arms, and Michael Harris should have beaten Corbin Carroll in every stat.
I see.
Harris had a horrible April, and you guys probably remember because I would text you every day, say, "How can we hit the ball 100 miles per hour and still get outs?" That's because Michael Harris did that all of April, and so it finally evened out. So Michael Harris, dark horse MVP, 30-30 Gold Glover at center field.
That could be Jake Berger this year.
Center
don't know.
field,
Third base.
yeah,
30 30
30
30 30 30 homers, 30 burgers, living up to his namesake. Gold
I
Glove
dig it.
MVP.
I like it. Well, we definitely got some diversity on these picks, guys.
Yeah, we did, right, Corey?
Yep, that's what
That's what we're shooting for.
There's a lot of diversity in our thoughts here.
No one picked Otani to be MVP when he's only hitting. I thought that was interesting. I thought somebody would for sure take him.
Well, his stats get slashed in half. I heard that was a new rule this year.
Mm-hmm.
Should. It's called baseball, not sit ball.
I don't think the baseball. That's by that logic, it shouldn't be called baseball.
It should be called. No, I don't even know. I can't even keep up with Joe's
Hitball?
logic. All righty. So we've got all kinds of picks. So we won't try to recap anything. But it's going to be fun conversation all season long. And there's so many more, especially young guys that could come up. Like no one picked Jackson Cherio for the Brewers, who's probably going to start opening day because they signed him. So might as well use him.
Yeah, he's 19 and he's been a pro for 2 years, so he must be really good.
Yeah, he's getting paid
Better
already.
competition than somebody coming out of college who's played against people who can't even get into single A or drafted. So yeah, I would agree with that. Good point, Corey.
Thanks. That's what I'm here for.
This pod,
There we go.
this pod is tearing us apart.
It is. Oh, I love it. That's what we're here
We've
for.
spent too much time with each
For
other.
the chaos. All right. So drop in some predictions, text us, comment below the video, leave us a like or review and share your thoughts. Or just, talk to Joe at Casey's, wherever you find him at. And don't forget, if you want to be in our fantasy baseball league, please let us know ASAP as soon as possible so that we get you. That's Michael Scott right there. All right. Any final closing thoughts on this? Any more stats for Paul Skeens, Joe?
I'm just thinking if I get 10 pitches, I'm probably taking 3 of them deep to the left.
Paul Skeens.
That's all.
Wow. Yikes. My final thought is, I know we didn't have it on there, but I'm picking manager of the year, Daniel Descalzo, because Marmel's getting fired.
Dude, I love it. I like it. All righty. Well, until next time, which will be our draft pod.
Oh, boy.
That you think tonight was crazy, fans and rakers and viewers? Just wait until you see the 4 of us in a draft chat.
First annual.
That's going to be last annual. That's going to be insane. All right, but until next time, don't forget to
Rake
your position.
Rake your position.
11 rings. Oh, Corey, why did you just now pull that up? Did I know? Idiot. Alonzo played for Charlotte? Am I thinking?